recording, bro. Hey, what's good, man? Welcome back for another video. I hope you're in the stream. I hope you are, bro. But hey, man, I just want to say we stream right now on Twitch, man. Link in the description. But without further ado, I just want to hop in this video real quick. I want to react to this video because I saw I watched most critical react to it, but I didn't really watch it like that. I want to know the full reason without I think the video was cutting or whatnot. So I want to get the full story. And I'm watching why, you see the title, why she became the most hated TikTok creator. Don't know, but we're about to find out though. Turn the audio up.
I said disgusting things to people, and I am so ashamed of myself for using racist rhetoric, and I am so sorry to everyone, but especially to those in the black community, because only you guys can forgive me for this.
One of the worst I've ever seen. She definitely took notes from the other crappy ones, is how a YouTube comment described Onlyjayus' public apology following just one of her numerous different TikTok controversies.
What is going on with you white saviors that keep trying to defend Jayus for saying N-word lover, bro? You must say it too.
This is what
Wait, go back. Will verify creators defending Jayus saying N-word lover. You say nigga, or did she say that hard R?
That keep trying to defend Jayus.
Mike, bro, I don't know any of these people. I'm not on TikTok. I don't know anything. Nothing.
For saying N-word lover, bro, you must say it too.
This is what makes Onlyjayus' story unique. Despite having incredibly uncontroversial content,
If you're at a house party and you got a drink in your hand, don't hold it up here by your chest. Try to hold it more down towards your hip. This will make you seem more open and confident, and people will be more willing to come up and talk to you.
she's found
I'm not gonna lie. When I had TikTok, I used to see her vids and I was like, okay, yeah, that's pretty cool. But I never thought it was true or anything like that. Like I was like, hey, might try it, but never will. You know what I'm saying? Just might keep in consideration. Probably gonna forget about it though. But hey, thanks for putting it out there.
herself in a big scandal on the political TikTok battlefield every couple of months for the last 3 years.
At this point, people of color should not be following Onlyjayus.
Why is Onlyjayus more prone to getting involved in these types of controversies? Is it something to do with how she responds to those critical of her?
I barely text my family back, and I just had to move apartments because my address got leaked, and you're gonna throw a fit?
You know what's crazy is she's literally in her car with her phone, screaming and yelling right here, just like, bro, a person's gonna walk by and be like, yo, what is she on, bro? Like, she just yelling at her screen, bro. That's crazy. What'd I do? I paused it?
Because
Okay.
I didn't make you my priority?
After a petition to ban Onlyjayus from TikTok garnered over 400,000 signatures, it'd be safe to say that she's a contender for the platform's most hated creator. And while such a title seems unfair without any further information or knowledge, as we go through explaining how this hatred came to be, the reason for this title will become blatantly obvious, and it all began with a tweet made by Onlyjayus on the 9th of April 2020, just 12 months after she began posting videos to the website. I constantly feel like nobody actually likes me, so when I see thousands of hate comments saying, yeah, I never liked Onlyjayus, she's so annoying, Jayus seems like a horrible person, that pushed me to the edge. The harsh and possibly even backwards reality of life is that those who acknowledge and complain about hate only end up receiving more hate. In the beginning, Onlyjayus likely received a pretty standard amount of negative feedback, owing to maybe a slightly annoying delivery as she mentioned.
Nigga said, imagine taking a shower and I can't read that. It's too blurred out.
In her tweet. The problem that Onlyjayus had was that she really struggled to ignore criticism and always seemed to give way too much attention to any situation in which there was some kind of negative sentiment against her name. It's got to be a running theme throughout this whole video, but it started with her simple inability to ignore basic negative comments such as, yeah, I never liked Onlyjayus, which is a pretty tame comment, giving her a foundational reputation as someone who would crack if you simply applied enough pressure. 3 months later, this reputation as a creator who would respond to negative criticism would continue after Onlyjayus discovered that another creator by the name of the Jonathan Moss had been copying some of her videos word for word.
Did you know that your birth month actually has a huge effect on who you are as a person and the things that could possibly happen to you?
Yo, did you know that your birth month actually has a huge effect on you and the things that can happen to you in your life?
People born in March are way more likely to have asthma, and I can actually speak to this one because my little sister, the only one born in March, has asthma.
People born in March are actually more likely to have asthma. And I can speak to that because my cousin, the only person born in March, has asthma.
Onlyjayus would respond to the copied videos in a tweet reading, "TikTok creators should be called out when they copy other TikTok creators' videos word for word," alongside a video calling out the Jonathan Moss directly. Jonathan responded by stating that he'd simply found the information on Google.
Okay, so if you found that information on Google, you probably did too. So you're a copier of a copier, so you can't get mad when someone copies you. You're not the original source. Now it's like saying, now if you made the info and you did your own research about it, excuse me, and you made the video and like someone copied you, whatever, get mad, do whatever you want, then you can have a reason to be mad. But if you copied it off someone else, and then you get mad when someone copies off you, that doesn't make too much sense. You're not the original person who made it.
And as a result, Onlyjayus was berated and mocked by her audience, with them stating that she was in the wrong for copying the information from Google. This information is from a website. Why are you copying a copier? Copied from Google, then complains when others do the same. Which Business Insider article is this from? There was clearly a bit of an injustice being done here. To state that her information was invalid because it was found on Google has got to be one of the dumbest arguments ever made. What did they expect her to do? Find some old 1850s foundational manuscript covered in dust at the National Library and take her facts from there? Jonathan Moss had clearly copied her videos word for word after Onlyjayus had posted them originally, meaning there was no doubt about who copied who. However, Onlyjayus was still painted as being in the wrong for one simple reason. They knew they could get a reaction out of her if they simply applied enough pressure, which they eventually would. After receiving hundreds of negative comments on her response, Onlyjayus would take to Reddit stating, "He said that he found it on Google," which I mean he did, but only after watching my video. "I'm now getting a huge amount of hate, people saying I'm lying. I copied Google too, I'm problematic, I should be cancelled, etc. I have a hard time dealing with the negativity. I still don't know what to do. I don't think I've done anything wrong. Maybe you do, but honestly, I don't see it." Now, you probably wouldn't go so far as to say that Onlyjayus was playing the victim, but she was once again complaining about the circumstances that she had found herself in. And to reiterate the point from earlier, complaining about hate doesn't make it go away, but rather amplifies it, as the audience will look for increasingly petty things to berate you for. With this in mind, it's barely surprising to find out that approximately 6 months later, an old message would be dug up in which Onlyjayus had said the N-word, taking center stage as her brand new colossal-sized controversy.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. And working 70 hours on YouTube and this. Is she saying the hard is the hard R or what? It's not so hard. Is she saying nigga grow up? Okay, who is she talking? Is she the one texting this?
In mind, it's barely surprising.
Yes, I think she is.
To find out that approximately 6 months.
She's telling other people to grow up, yet she can't take negativity. In other words, you can't take people's opinions. Bro, what?
Later, an old message would be dug.
Talking to popular internet again, autocorrect to your. I think she's saying, I don't know what she gets saying, but they're saying that obviously she said the N-word, so it's not. I don't think it's nigga. I think it's hard R. You dumb nigga. Well, yeah, it's right. The abortion didn't work. She's gonna have a kid? What? Yeah, fast character, bro. That's bro. I don't even care no more. Like, bro, if we're getting into argument and you start digging into your past, like this is why, like, bro, I don't care. I started reading all the way till for the past 2 years. I've been in, yeah, that's when I just stopped caring about it, to be honest with you. I know that's really cold-blooded, but when you're roasting someone, don't dig into your own past, because they just don't care. And plus, you'll give them something to roast you about.
Dug up in which Onlyjayus had said the N-word, taking center stage as her brand
Whoa, I'm done talking to her. Loving. Oh, having fun. Dude, she is crazy, man. I mean, what'd you expect? I'm joking.
Colossal-sized controversy.
I love you no matter your sex, your gender, your sexuality, your faith, or your race.
I guess that didn't age well, because this you at the bottom calling someone the hard ER, a word used to oppress black people. This is why I don't trust people with savior complexes, bro. I feel like it's always a second.
Bro, what do y'all talk about the savior complex? What is that? Someone explain to me that in the comments or something like that.
An agenda behind what you do. If you say it's 2 to 3 years old, you were 20 years old when you said it. The other day, Addison was canceled for old BLM tweets from 2016. Let's see if everyone keeps the same energy. You're a role model to 10 million people, bro. I hope things get better, and I hope you educate.
There were a couple of comments in support of Onlyjayus, however, as a whole, and understandably, the response was mostly negative. All these white people saying, it happened 4 years ago. Literally, it doesn't matter. She did it and needs to take responsibility. The hard ER, she's done. And at Onlyjayus, you got caught in 4K. The best way that Jayus could have responded to this expose would have either been no response at all, or a short, cool, calm, collected, unemotional post or video. Alternatively, she could have thrown a real curveball and simply said, I'm not sorry, which would have actually been respectable, as it's 100 times harder than simply getting in front of the camera and blurting out some pre-written stupid script with the goal of suppressing the criticism in.
I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. YouTuber, like, when it comes to apology videos, everyone knows that they're gonna be bad. Like, everyone knows. No matter what you say, what comes out of your mouth, you're gonna get memed. Everyone's gonna hate it. It doesn't matter. It's nothing you can say. Like, there's nothing. Doesn't matter how sorry you are, they're gonna be horrible. They're just gonna be horrible. You're honest. Your best fit, your best option is to not say anything, or literally just say you don't care and keep it pushing. Because if you put an apology, you're gonna get memed. Yes, people know your apology, like you're sorry, but they literally gonna crap on you anyway. They just don't care.
In the short term. However, with a track record like Onlyjayus, obviously she did none of these, and rather posted a long, emotionally charged, scripted, generic social media apology, which felt as though it was designed to trick the audience into coming away with a specific feeling, as is usually the case with these types of public apologies.
And there is no excuse, and there are no justifications for what I said, and you guys deserve better. And when I first saw the screenshots, I didn't even think that they were real, because I forgot how hateful and how angry of a person I used to be.
Another YouTuber slash TikToker by the name of Papa Gut, who spoke to Jayus on the phone prior to the apology, thought that the intentions were sincere and that the apology was simply delivered poorly.
I actually had a conversation, a private phone call conversation with Jayus about this situation. She seemed pretty sincere about how sorry she was. Again, like I said, I thought she was being genuine. What she produced was rough. It was less than stellar.
Others such as Freak the Gemini were less optimistic.
You literally hit us with a Playboy Cardi album. All that suspense just for it to be trash. The worst insult you could tell somebody was liking black people. Wow.
With the scandal being shared across every platform imaginable, Onlyjayus would also lose all of her sponsors, as well as a Netflix podcast she'd been hosting by the name.
You had a Netflix podcast? You were killing it.
Of Know-It-All. At Tinder, this is what your walking ad is saying. She has a Netflix podcast. Everyone needs to tag at Netflix.
Netflix has cut ties with Jayus. Big dubs.
Big dubs.
Onlyjayus was clearly feeling the pressure, and understandably wanted to make things right with her audience. So she
Oh wait, what? She was 16 when she said that? I'm guessing 16 before the fame hit. So how did this become, like, did someone just pull this up when she was, like, doing good? Like, just making TikTok one day and someone just said, hey, guys, I found her being racist one day. Look at this. And they saw it as a cancel. You're done. You're done. That's probably what happened. Because I don't think she made a video and said it. It seems more like she was making a TikTok or whatever she was doing, and someone hacked her or whatever and pulled it up. It's like, yo, she's actually racist. Y'all need to look at it, such and such. And then that's what created this.
And the apology by stating that she wanted to
share my platform with some amazing black creators who are going to tell their story to try and educate others on the trauma that happens when we use this kind of language.
Which would eventually result in her and another African-American content creator by the name of Aunt Karen agreeing to collaborate on Onlyjayus' channel. In addition to this, 2 weeks after the apology, Onlyjayus would go to the effort of posting a video talking about how she had read a book on anti-racism.
The first book that I decided to pick up was How to Be Anti-Racist by Dr. Ibram Kendi, and this will push readers that think that they're not racist into being something better.
To her credit, she did acknowledge that it was a grift in the title, stating,
gotta be honest with you, man, I gotta love it, bro. Man, I love how she's like taking the video and it's like she's putting her thumb up and down so it zooms in. Like, he showed earlier in the video that she was like complaining and she's like throwing up her phone, like throwing her finger up and down to zoom in. I'm like, I imagine yelling at your screen and then your finger just going The whole time you're doing, your fingers just going up and down. Like, you just zoom in and like, bro, just imagine that. But it's your thumb. You're just doing this the whole time. As you're yelling, you're just doing that. You screaming your heart out. All your emotions going out, and your thumb just doing that the whole time.
I know it might come off as performative talking about this at the end of Black History Month, but I'm trying to just educate myself and use my platform for good. However, her audience wasn't buying any of the lies. I bet after this video she just tossed the book like it's nothing. That seems like an amazing book for you, but I think you missed some pages. Maybe you missed a few chapters, read it again. But hey, at least she was still in the process of sharing her platform with some other black content creators as she promised, right? Well, no.
So this message is for you, Onlyjayus, after your whole N-word debacle. Said you want to collaborate with me. We email, and suddenly you've dropped off the face of the earth. Are black people just tokens for you to use when you're ready to play? If you were really truly sorry about what you said, you would not have lied and said you were going to do something you clearly aren't trying to do.
The TikTok essentially outlined that after agreeing to collaborate, Onlyjayus would ghost this creator by the name of Aunt Karen once everyone had forgotten about the drama. Now, to Onlyjayus' credit, Aunt Karen's callout was even more pathetic than Jayus' original apology, because setting up a collaboration with another creator can be incredibly difficult. There's always problems relating to difference in content style, difference in schedule, difference in time zones, the problem of coming up with a video idea that will be a hit with both audiences, what part of the script do I allocate to the other person, etc, etc. Yet, Aunt Karen's argument in the callout was, because Onlyjayus ghosted me, she's therefore a racist.
Why not just be racist? Just say you're racist.
Now, maybe there was some racism involved in the decision, who knows? But it's still a lazy, low-hanging fruit argument designed to create drama out of the highly likely reality, being that collaborations are just incredibly difficult to set up successfully. In addition to this, a feature on Onlyjayus' page with over 10 million followers is going to cost a brand probably hundreds of thousands of dollars, and despite Onlyjayus offering one of these spots to Aunt Karen for free, Aunt Karen still seemed to narcissistically think that she was the one providing Onlyjayus with the opportunity.
I really gave you an opportunity. I really said, you know what, Aunt Karen? Let's see what she has to say. Let's see how we can mutually help each other.
Aunt Karen's callout was entitled and poorly thought out, but not invalid for one simple reason.
I don't think it was racist that she dipped on you. I don't think it's that. Because anybody can do that to you. But I don't think it's racist, though.
Onlyjayus made a promise. There are obviously exceptions, but most of the time, if you say you're going to do something publicly, you have to follow through with it or people are going to notice. Jayus would initially discuss the ghosting in an Instagram voice message.
So I am sorry for basically ghosting you. I didn't mean to do that. I just have a very chaotic schedule and ADHD on top of that, so I genuinely just forgot. It wasn't me trying to ignore you. You could have just hit me up again, but instead you decided to go public and try to add public pressure onto me, and that's not cool, so I don't want to collaborate.
Which will once again receive a response from Aunt Karen, explaining that she had emailed Onlyjayus multiple times with no reply.
You're gonna put it on me? In your voicemail, you said I should have emailed you again? April 4th, I emailed you. How many times do you expect me to message you, waiting on you to continuously ghost me?
Now, Onlyjayus probably could have left it at that, and the drama would have been over within 4 weeks. However, as Papa Gut said most accurately,
for whatever reason, Jayus doesn't know how to just stop. Like, when somebody criticizes Jayus responds, and that's the worst thing.
And in classic Onlyjayus fashion, she'd post another emotionally charged response to the drama.
Today's episode of What Are People Mad at Me For Now?
You see it, bro, you see it in the glasses. Come on, bro. Y'all can't tell me this is not a stretch. She's yelling at the camera and literally stretching her fingers like this, dude. That is not a stretch. Her fingers are literally like this the whole time. Yeah, let me get that in. That's it. That's her fingers all the time. I can't. That's just weird to me, man. If I'm going to yell at my phone or yell at y'all, I'm not zooming in and zooming out. My hands are going to be sitting just like this. I'm not gonna be stretching I'm not gonna be throwing my finger out and all that. It's just, I don't do that.
Not checking my emails in a timely manner. I wish I was joking. I forgot to respond to an email from this creator that wanted to collab with me, and instead of just like hitting me up again, they made 7 videos about it. Can you please leave me the f alone? I have a diagnosed neurological disorder that makes me forget things and procrastinate due to time blindness. I forget to eat for days. I procrastinate sleep.
We mentioned earlier that the more attention Onlyjayus gave to each of these scandals, the more she'd be held accountable for increasingly petty incidents. Well, after this explosive response, the things that her audience would call her out on were taken to the absolute extreme. For example, she will post this video.
You can get your letters delivered for free without any postage if you just put where you want it to go on the return address instead of where it's actually supposed to be.
Which would get the post office activists involved with comments such as, yes, please encourage people to do activities that cause the already failing post office to lose more money. Or when she posts this video saying nothing more than what degree she did.
So I got my college degrees in math and computer science, which means that I was never really good at writing.
To receive comments such as, I thought you would have majored in saying slur sciences. However, it eventually got to the point where Onlyjayus couldn't even make jokes anymore.
I'm cringing at looking at this. Alright, it hasn't even gone anything. I'm already cringing.
Without being cancelled. Seriously. On the 23rd of May 2021, Onlyjayus would post the following video.
If a service dog ever approaches you but they're alone, that means that their owner is in trouble and they probably can't move, so you should follow him, because you'll get a free wallet.
It was clearly a light-hearted joke, summed up in comments such as, she probably said the wallet thing to lighten the mood of something bad. Obviously she wouldn't take a wallet and probably knew that most people would. Bro, do people get this as a joke? Y'all are so sensitive. However, the rest of her audience simply saw yet another opportunity to put Onlyjayus through another period of hardship. Can't believe this is still up. It's obvious that it's a joke, but some people may still do it. It could start a trend. What you post on the internet reaches so many people, and some of those people may be inconsiderate or apathetic towards others and do something wrong as a joke that highly affects another person. Take some YouTube and TikTok prank channels for example.
When is it going to be enough to say Onlyjayus is not a good creator, should not be followed, and should not be listened to? My child, they are a service dog user. This is not a kind of joke you want to be putting out there. It's not funny to anybody who uses a service dog.
With all this in mind, the petition with over 400,000 signatures to have Onlyjayus banned is barely a surprise. She dug herself into a hole by displaying an inability to switch off from the audience after being involved in scandal after scandal after scandal. Sometimes criticism from the audience is genuine and can be spotted easily because it's worded in a constructive way, but a lot of the time, without them even realizing it, people write mean or critical things just to see if you're the type of person to crack, respond, or apologize, as has been the case throughout Onlyjayus' entire TikTok career. She's been tested over and over and over, yet has been unable to switch off and let things go whenever she's been put under pressure. As an end result, there's not only a loss of respect, but also a never-ending freight train of negativity and hatred.
Just, oh my god, I bit my tongue. I just want to say subscribe to V2. Seriously, he's actually subscribed to Sunny V2. I'm going to subscribe to him. I want to because I actually like his content. That's pretty, real good video, man. But hey, I'm gonna basically sum it up. She said the N-word, hard R. Then she gets some backlash, you know what I'm saying, from it, of course. Then she can't take negativity. She can't. And I'm gonna be honest with you. It's dumb to me. Like, you're getting, like, how are people online putting stress on you? They don't know you. You don't know them. They don't know where you live. You didn't get doxxed. Not that I know of. But they're not harming you in any type of way. I don't see how it stressed people. You know what I'm saying? It's just people, like, online, dude. They can't harm you. They're just spreading negativity. And people let it bother you so much, man. Man, it's crazy, man. Don't let the negativity bother y'all, man. This video's gone on long enough. And, man, don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, follow the Twitch. And I'll see you guys with another video, man. Peace, man. Peace.